Okay, so today we're looking at animal responses. You should have open the Taxis page in your OneNote, looking at the definition and adaptive advantage. So taxic responses, this is slide 58 in the PowerPoints, is looking at animals moving towards or away from a stimulus. So remember, towards means positive and away means negative. Okay, so instead of putting tropism after the word, we put taxic because that's an animal. So phototaxic is a response to light, and if you put positive in front of it, then it's positive phototaxic, which would be like moths flying towards a light. Okay, so the adaptive advantage of that is that obviously moths flying towards a light means they're all going to congregate in the same place so that they can mate. Other reasons are moving towards food or water, moving towards mates, moving towards shelter, and they're all the moving towards things, but don't forget all the moving away things. So moving away from predators, moving away from hot exposure where worms and slaters are going to dry out, moving away like a crab moving down into the sand to get away from predators. They're all the negative ones. So what you need to do now is go through here and complete these online activities, and then look up and find an example of phototaxic, chemotaxic, geotaxic, and you need to put a definition in, what the stimulus is, an example, whether it's positive or negative, so is it moving towards or away from, find a picture, and then say what the adaptive advantage is. So what are they getting out of that response? It takes energy to respond, so why are they doing it? Then have before you go on and do the biozone pages, let's just quickly talk about Kinesis. So you can either pause the video here and go do the taxic stuff, or you can listen on to the Kinesis stuff and then go fill in the boxes. So Kinesis, again, it's animals, but this time it's related to the speed. Okay, so it's not moving towards or away from anything, it's moving faster or slower. And orthokinesis is to do with the speed, and clinokinesis, remember I talked to you about a clinostat with the seeds, it's something that goes round and round. So clino means turning. So some animals will turn faster and faster and faster, trying to avoid a predator, trying to find better conditions. Others will just move faster. Okay, so a lot of animals do this with light. If you shine light on them, they'll move faster until they can find somewhere that's dark, or if it's warm, they'll move faster until they can find somewhere that's cooler. Okay, so that is kinesis. Kinesis is to do with the rate of movement, okay, and to do with the intensity of the stimulus. So the more the light, the faster the movement. And hopefully we would have got to have done some experiments with woodlice, shining the light closer and closer on them, and you would have seen that they moved faster and faster. So again, you need to fill in your OneNote a definition and advantage. Go through and see if you can find some examples of these different types of kinesises, and then go and have a go at biozone 5 and 6. There's an online activity there looking at the differences. There's a brainstorm that you can do on the advantages, and also 5 to 7 in biozone on kinesis. Okay, so animal responses, taxis, directional, kinesis, non-directional. So if you were to compare this to the plant responses, taxis and tropisms are similar. Okay, so they're both directional. Nastic and kinesis are similar because they're both non-directional responses. Tropisms and taxis have positive and negative. Kinesis don't really, because it's speeding up or slowing down or opening and closing in terms of plants. Okay, you must know these definitions. You're going to get asked questions on this in the exam, and if you don't know the basic differences between tropisms, nastic, taxic, and kinesis responses, you are going to struggle. Okay, so take your time and go back and learn these. Put them on some flip cards. You need to know them.